Every fitness industry has sold you the same exact lie. My hair looks crazy AF right now, but bodybuilding, running, CrossFit, yoga, powerlifting, it doesn't matter which one you pick because I think they've all told you the same exact lie. Now, by the end of this video, you're gonna understand why. All right, why the advice you might have been following might not fit for what you're trying to do, depending on your goals and depending on the overall thing that you're trying to achieve. Now, here's the lie that I think they've all told, and it's go all in. Go all in on one thing, go all in on one goal, go all in on one form, one style of training. All right. If you do bodybuilding, you might have heard that too much cardio is gonna kill your gains. You know, if you're doing running and you're looking for advice, you might have heard that runners say, don't lift too heavy or don't lift too much because then it's gonna make you slower. Yoga instructors might tell you that flexibility is the only thing that you're missing in your life, that your breath is the only thing that you're missing in your life. Yoga, I think, is actually very important. I think it's very versatile. But if you've seen videos that tell you to only do one thing or only do yoga, or lifting is not going to help you with yoga, or running is not going to help you with yoga, I don't think that's true. Now, I don't think anybody's trying to hurt you. I don't think anybody is intentionally lying to you. So if you are a yoga instructor, if you are a bodybuilder, if you're doing these things and you're telling people to focus on one thing, and that's what you're watching, it's not technically wrong. You know, maybe these people specifically focus on one form of style, on one form of training, and that's correct. If you're trying to just be a bodybuilder or just do one style and one practice, then that makes sense. You might want to focus on that one thing so you can get really good. Now, the part where I believe is not talked about as much, for the average daily person like myself, not trying to compete, not trying to be in one competition or be in one, I'm not trying to compete. I'm not trying to win anything. I'm really not. I'm training for overall life. So, for example, a bodybuilder, somebody who is strictly doing bodybuilding, somebody who is trying to sculpt their physique for a specific look, might not have as free range when it comes to cardio, when it comes to running, when it comes to endurance training. All right, a power lifter might avoid running completely. A power lifter, depending on the power lifter, depending on their training, they might only be training for strength. Not much running, maybe some flexibility here and there. For sure, I think flexibility will help a power lifter greatly, but the running might not be there as much, compared to an endurance training. And somebody training for marathons, it depends on the person. This is not an overall, everybody's going to say this. It's not what I'm trying to say. But there has been, from what I've seen, during my time of training and during my years of learning about different styles of training, I have heard that if I lift too much, or that if I lift too heavy, or that I incorporate too much weight training, it's going to screw up my endurance training, my running, my distance training. Now, again, I want to make this clear. These people that are telling you to not in a way cross train are not technically wrong, but there has been more and more people doing cross training, doing hybrid training, doing different styles of training at the same time. Nick Bare, what's his name? Cameron Haynes. I'm pretty sure Joe Rogan does it too. There is a lot of bigger names and just a general switch in styles. And I'm just another person trying to tell you that you could fucking do it all. If you're an average person like myself, who's not trying to be super competitive, who's not, joining marathons and fucking bodybuilding competitions all the time. I'm just another person trying to be capable of living a healthy life, a strong life, a life that allows me to run as many miles as I choose. So what I think the problem is with this advice is that most of the people watching these videos, the average person, which I think is a lot of us, are not trying to win anything specific. We're not. You know, the average person going on YouTube looking for advice is just trying to lose a couple pounds, maybe trying to run their first 5K, maybe trying to lift 20 pounds heavier, whether it's in the bench press, whether it's squatting, whether it's overall just strength, man. You just want to be a little bit stronger. But we're watching videos and listening to people's advice, again, that are very competitive, that are out there to win. And they give great advice, they give great instructions. But I think for the average person, again, like myself, it's a little too much. So if you're confused at all, if you're a little unsure about what to do, this is a question I want you to ask yourself. All right, what does my life actually require? All right, for almost everyone. I think that's the same question we got to ask ourselves. You know, if you are asking yourself, or if you are thinking about getting stronger, if you are thinking about running more, if you're thinking about getting more flexible, I would look at a lot of different people's advice. If you're watching a bodybuilder's perspective, if you're watching a marathon runner's perspective and training style, or if you're looking at yoga videos, or if you're looking at stretching videos, there's a lot, man. There's a lot of good advice out there. I think you should incorporate all of it. Mix your weekend, mix the training styles, mix the advice and turn it into your own thing. Again, you could do whatever the fuck you want. You can combine a full marathon training program with a bodybuilding training program if you wanted to. Okay, so the biggest thing that I want you to take from this video, the biggest thing that I'm trying to say with all this excitement, with all this energy, is when you're watching your fitness videos, when you're getting the advice from bodybuilders, when you're getting the advice from runners and all these different people on YouTube, ask yourself, what kind of life are you trying to live? Ask yourself, what kind of goals are you trying to achieve? If you're trying to do these competitions, you might want to listen to the T. Really deep dive into it, really get head on into the advice. But if you're not, if you're just trying to be the average person, and there's nothing wrong with being the average person, you know, being healthy, being stronger, being more capable for your family, for yourself, for your lady, for your man, whatever it is, ask yourself, what is it that I'm trying to achieve? Take a step back, take a breath. There's nothing wrong with that. Do what you feel is right for yourself, not anybody else. All right. And on that note, that's where I'm going to close it off. All right. That's my goal. My goal is to get you to believe that no matter what competition people, or no matter what you see on YouTube, in terms of you have to do one thing, I'm here to tell you that you don't. You don't have to do one specific thing, all right? That's what my channel is about. My channel is about, in a way, giving you the freedom to feel like you can train however you want to train. You can include whatever style you want to in your program. There is not a one-size-fits-all, kind of training if you don't want that, especially if you're not competing. All right, so in the next video, what I'm going to talk about, if this applies to you, if everything that I'm saying, if you like it, if you're hearing it and you're thinking, oh my gosh, that's me. I'm not trying to compete in no shit. I'm just trying to be fucking better. That's it. All I'm trying to do is be better. Then in the next video, I'm going to give you 5 different things you might want to look out for. 5 things you might want to keep in your mind while you're training, while you're doing, while you're creating your program, or if you already have a program that you might want to think about either including or just adding wherever you can. All right. So again, if this advice, or if what I'm saying right now applies to you, If you like it, if you're feeling connected to it in any way, please like, please subscribe. Keep an eye out for my videos, and I'm gonna keep going, man. I'm gonna try to give you the best advice or the best little tidbits that I can. All right, y'all have a great rest of your day, a great week, and yeah, I'll see y'all in the next video.